Well, hello there, everybody. This is ATrueNerd here, and we are going to start making a new game. Um, my inspiration for this particular one is an old game called Outhouse. As strange as it is, I've never seen it on any other system other than the Coco, the color computer, back in like 1983. So, and I don't have the system anymore, right? And I don't have a way to necessarily show it or play it. So, I'm gonna I'm gonna play somebody else's video. Here, let's take a look at it.
Greetings YouTubers, Atari Leaf here with another closer look video. Today we're going to look at Outhouse for the Tandy color computer. This was a game that came out in 1983 on the Coco and was released by a company called Computer Shack,
I'm going to pause it
who
in a
changed
moment.
their name to Mishtron after some pressure from Radio Shack. And Mishtron eventually released some great games for the Coco.
Okay, I'm sorry I have to pause it there and interrupt his pretty good video about this. Um, this is basically, okay, you're looking at all the enemies here. We have crushers that fall down from the ceiling or from the sky. We have anglers. They go directly towards the outhouse. Okay, here there are two ways to die, basically, that your outhouse, or three ways actually. You have that number at the bottom represents the amount of toilet paper you have. You're protecting toilet paper. Your outhouse is destroyed. That's another way to die, and or that you get hit yourself. And you it doesn't show it yet, but you yourself are a UFO. So let's take a look here. We got a zapper. Those guys go up and down the walls along the side, and they will stop, and then it will shoot a laser beam. Uh, the fireballs, they will go towards the player, towards the UFO, relatively slowly. Rotors do the same thing, but they are a lot faster, a little bit more persistent. Anglers, they go directly towards the outhouse. With the thief and the squatter at the bottom, while the thief will go in. I believe yes, the thief will go in and he will go into the outhouse, and when he leaves, he'll be dragging toilet paper behind him, and you can either destroy the thief or uh, shoot the toilet paper, and whatever's cut off that goes back into your reserve. For the squatter, he goes in and he's in there for a bit, and then when he leaves, he will he'll take 50 rolls of, or 50 units of toilet paper. So in this game, you have, well, you know what, let's let our friend here, Atari Leaf, explain.
Like Time Bandit and Speed Racer. But Outhouse here, you see the screen, it shows all the different points for all the different enemies. But the premise of the game is you are that UFO, and you have to protect your outhouse and the toilet paper within from thieves and squatters on the left and right there, the little people running there, and while protecting yourself from all the enemies that are trying to get you. So there's two different kind of enemies that will try to enter your outhouse. There's a thief who comes in and then he just drags the toilet paper out that gets stuck in his pants. And the squatter who really has to go. So when he goes in, he stays in there for a bit and he uses 50 sheets in one shot and then he leaves. You also have smart bombs in this game up on the top there. There are 0 right now, but you press the 1 key on the Coco to use your smart bombs to get rid of all the enemies on the screen. This is a fantastic, fun little game, and really gets hard really quick. There's a lot of action going on at one time, and it really becomes a fun little game to try and protect your outhouse and your toilet paper. This is one of those very simple little arcade games that I grew to love on the Tandy Color computer, and as I mentioned, it's a very unique game. I don't know of any other platform where I've seen this game before but on the Coco. Fantastic, fun little game. Some of those enemies kind of remind me of the enemies on Defender. I think it's the Baiter. Those two squares. And those zappers on each side are really a pain. They follow you around and try to shoot you. So you're always trying to avoid them. And don't crash into your own outhouse. That's never a good idea. But Outhouse is a fantastic little game. Really love this one. That's about all there is to say. This is Atari Leaf with another closer look video. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.
Well, there we go. That was Atari Leaf's video. Let's pause her right there. And let's go back to Game Maker. So there were some key things there that, well, I find of interest. Crashing into your own outhouse kills you. Crashing into the ground kills you. Crashing into anything else kills you. There are some dynamics that you have to keep in mind. When or as you move around and you want to shoot, your vehicle stops, right? So it stops and he can sit there and shoot his laser in, one of 8 directions, diagonal, up, down, left, right. The lasers, so the lasers themselves on the side walls, they shoot lasers. Anyways, what I'd like to do is I'm not gonna make it a direct copy. I mean, why do that? I'm gonna add my own little spice in there. This is also going to be a more complicated game than last time. Obviously, more complicated than a single screen Pong. I'm going to target it for HTML5. However, I'm going to start off in Windows. So I'm going to get everything going in Windows, and I'm going to test it once in a while in HTML5. Just so you guys know, this is not an instructional video of any sort. I'm just basically going... I'm learning this as I go along. I mean, I've been using Game Maker for quite some time, but you know what? I don't know. I don't remember all the commands, and I don't remember everything. So I'm going to be muddling and fuddling my way through. I've tried, like last time, I had it on a pretty normal resolution, 1080p, so 1920 by 1080, and what I've done is I'm putting this on a different monitor at 1280 by 720 so that things are more visible. I made the mouse cursor larger, so if anybody is actually watching this, and I oddly enough, a couple people have, then at least you have a fighting chance to see it on a smaller screen. You can see what I'm typing, so you don't have to have microfiche vision. So that's what we'll do. If I have a way, I'm not entirely certain. Let's see here. Window, resources. I don't think there's a way for me to change like the colors and stuff. Or the font sizes in the in Game Maker. So, I guess we're kind of left with this kind of ugly white on gray and multicolor on gray. Let's see here, file preferences. Scripts and code. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Be nice if they had some themes. A different font for everyone. If I go 11 there. Okay, I go down here, I go font. Okay. So, you know what, we'll just... I guess that, just change that. We'll go to bold, a little bigger so that we can see everything, especially when I'm typing. We should be golden. Editors, we're all good there. Windows 8. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to go into my settings, global game settings, especially for Windows. I'm going to change my graphics. I'm gonna get rid of the interpolation. Starting full screen, no. Force software vertex processing, negative. Keep aspect ratio, allow. I'm going to get rid of that for now. Border this window. Dippity dippity doo, and that should be good. General. We can change that all later. For now, it's all fine. We're gonna go. Outhouse 2016. Get in the Outhouse. Okay. I guess yeah, you can have an installer with it and everything like that. Give it a bunch of banners and all kinds of goodies. It's good to finish your game when you have finished making it. We may do that in this case. This is going to be a pretty long series because this is going to be tough. Well, not tough. It's a fairly straightforward game, but it's going to be more complicated than the last one. We're going to have, I'm thinking, 3 rooms. Basically, an intro screen, an intro area, the play area, and then basically a purchase room. So you're going to, as you go along and you collect, I'm thinking like, I don't know, energy or something like that, some sort of unit. And as you play, you get you get funds from it, and as you collect it, you can purchase certain things like maybe your craft can go faster, maybe different weapons, maybe extra smart bombs. Also, one thing I'd like to do is make it compatible with a gamepad. So, and I'm not entirely certain if I'm going to make it allow it to go beyond. Like if with a gamepad you have analog sticks, so I mean, you could make it go, any direction you want. I might allow that. I might not. I don't know. I don't know whether it'll be easier or harder or what. So I don't think it'll be necessarily fair if some keyboard player tries to play it, but then a gamepad guy gets to, I don't know. We will see. I'm not entirely certain. So let's start with our main room. Let's create a room. Now I don't need it to be that big. We're gonna go for, again, we're gonna have a we're gonna have a pretty standard style, but let's go 320, 200. Now you're gonna have to pardon me, but so I'm gonna take the I'm gonna make this 16 by 9, right? Most displays now are 16 by 9. I think it only makes sense for us to do that. So let's go 9 over 16 times 320. So 180. 320 by 180, that's 16 by 9, right? Let's see. So 16 by 9, right? And 320 by 180. Booyah. So we're going to go 320 by 180, but that kind of leaves us kind of hanging. Let's see. It does leave a bit to, we'll have to use a fairly small font. We could, let's say, we could up it a bit, make it a little bit less pixely. Let's go 320 times 1.5. So 480, that's not bad, times 9 over 16, 9/16. 480 by 270, let's try that. See, and that's almost viewable even at a native resolution. If I were to double that even on this screen, it would be fine, right? Because we wouldn't be exceeding 1280. So it'd fit well on a mobile screen. I think it fit it, you know, fairly well. I'm gonna call this room main. Objects. Oh, we're gonna go views. We're gonna enable the use of a view. Visible when the room starts. So we're gonna go like this. This is the view in the room. I get, you know, we're not making a platformer, so we don't have to worry about following an object or anything like that. So let's go port on screen. Let's go 480. Well, what did I have again? At least that's dumb. Settings. Oh yeah, 480 by 270. Not gonna be very nice to divide by, but 480, 270. Right, so that's our view in the room. Now what we can do is when we start up the room, we can double that. So double of 480 is 960. And double of 270 is, of course, 540. So when we start up this screen, let's just try it. We just got a big gray box. Make sure it appears where it should. Okay, I'm going to bring it in here. Okay, so there we go. We have our basic gray screen. No real background. Okay, so what do we need? We need a place for our enemies to walk. We need a sky. We need an outhouse. So I'm gonna go 480 is divisible by 16, right? So how many times? 40 divided by 16. 30 times. So if we make the outhouse, let's just see what we get. Let's make an outhouse and we'll make a little object and we'll see how it looks on the screen. So we're going to go sprout outhouse. So I'm going to create it. So I'm going to go new. It's making the screens all over there. That's going to happen for a while. 32, and we're going to go, what's a multiple? That's 64, 72, 80. Let's go 80 pixels. Just see what that looks like. That's a little on the tall side. About right for what it is, but realistically, let's 72 or 64. I want to be power of 2, or let's see, 32 by 64. That's not too bad. Okay. I think that will do. So let's go in here. Let's just, you know, I'm not going to go crazy with it. I'm just going to make a box. And make it brown. Brown being a type of red. There we go. So I'm going to move in. I'm going to turn on my grid. And we'll have it. Oops, that's weird. Undo. Why is that showing off? Ooh, pardon me. That's sneezy. Why? I don't know why. Go like that. I'm gonna drop it down a bit. Let's go skew. Let's move it to shift 1. I don't know why I couldn't get it that way, but we'll just go like this. I don't know. We'll go even a little darker on the top. I'm gonna go. So what do we have? 32. So halfway across is 15. So we'll go like that. Hang on. Let's like this. Let's change the size of these boxes. Just so you guys can see. I mean, it's going to be a bit here and there because I'm going to have to switch back and forth, round and round here. What is that? Is that 15? No, that's 14. Like this. Okay. That makes sense. Fill it. All the colors of poop. Okay. We're good. We're golden. Obviously doesn't look like much right now. Let's go. We don't want precise collision checking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to modify the mask. I'm going to go manual. I'm going to go, okay, so the bottom. We're going to go from the top. We're going to go 4 down. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of leeway. I'm going to go 3, 29, 28, sorry. So that's where if anything hits it, that's where it will hit it. It's not going to be, it's going to be a little bit forgiving on the sides and on the top with a little corner and shit, because nobody likes that. I could go precise, but why? Texture setting, we're good. I think we can cope with. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Let's just see how it looks on the. Okay, let's just see something here. So we went 270, right? So 270 divided by 16 is not divisible, like not immediately. Let's go to 256 divided by 16. Obviously, that is. 270, that does not give us much of a floor. We could go 248, right? 248, that should be 15 and a half. Right, that should be enough. We can work in increments of 8. But the thing is, okay, so we'll say 248 by 16. I'm going to create an object. In this case, I'm just going to call it obj temp Outhouse. We're just going to outlay this out. So I'm not worried about what it is. I'm going to create a group. Always create groups. Obj temp. It's always good to create little groups and stuff like that so that you keep your good stuff away from your bad. So we're gonna go snap of 8. Snap of 8. Actually, I'm gonna go snap of 16. 240. No, I don't want it there. Let's put the object. We'll put him there. Oh, let's drag him up. That doesn't look too bad. I want to maybe I'll keep the score and shit at the bottom. Maybe that'll be enough room. Let's see how it looks, just in comparison. I wonder, should I have a blue sky? I could make tiles and have a ground. I could put tiles here, have a ground, and I'd be pretty happy about it. But the problem is, tiles in Game Maker are almost fundamentally broken now, and they just don't seem to be that interested in fixing it. I mean, not that they're broken, but they require special attention. Because when they cut them out of the surface, when they paste them out of the surface and blit them, depending on how it matches, it will show a bit of the bordering pixel. what I'm going to do later on is I'm going to make a little routine that if I do use tiles, that I can take my tile image and I can export it, re-export it in, and it will have that padding. Why they can't do that with the more modern versions, I don't know. But it worked for all these years, and then all of a sudden 1 year it didn't work. And well, oh well. So I'm gonna make this a sprite. I'm gonna call it sprite ground. And let's see here. See, what we could do is we could make one object, and we could have it draw itself. We could make it basically a tile. Let's edit the sprite. I'm not gonna edit sprite. I'm gonna go with 32, height 32, good enough. And we're gonna go in like this. I'm just gonna go let's make it green. We're in grass town. Be sure to match up our areas. Let me see. No, not matched. Let's undo, undo. And that is matched. And I will fill in the top. Just slightly different. And we will go like so. Kind of a dirt brown. That'll do. Oops. There we go. That works, and maybe we'll speckle it a bit. This very lighter stuff. Go. Oh. Keep forgetting left and right mouse buttons. Okay. Now we have a sprite here. We could make it, let's see here. Let's call it sprite ground. Okay. I don't have it in there yet, but let's make an object. Let's make a group first. We'll call it world objects. I don't know what they're going to do yet. Let's go in like this. Let's create an object. And let's go ground. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make it visible, and we're going to put its depth way deep. So it's all the way in the background. 1 million units in the background. It's not persistence, doesn't use physics, does absolutely nothing. We'll make sure of that. And I mean, I could, like I said, I could have used tiles, but like, it's a big pain in the ass. And we have nothing else in this game to give us any kind of guff here. So let's, we have no other, no sky or anything. Oh, we do have a sky, but we'll probably have maybe make a decorative moon or something. But in this case, there's no tiles. Tiles are more efficient than objects. So we'll go like that. Let's go views. Creation code. So what are we gonna do? We are gonna line the bottom. I think, what is it? 270 minus 256. Right? 270 minus, okay, so I kind of decided on 248 as a Y value. I mean, we don't necessarily have to hard code it, but we're going to in this case. And what is 480 divided by 32? 15. So we're gonna go var t. We are gonna go for t equals 0. T is less than or equal to 15. T plus plus. Well, no, you can't do that in this one. b plus equals 1. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We are going to go, I'm going to create a new variable. Variable, I always use TMP for for objects for whatever reasons. My instance create. So x is t times 32. T, no, we'll go, oh damn it, am I stupid? 248 at the y, because we're going to go right to the corner, and obj ground. And actually, it's kind of good that it is an object because you can collide with it. So, maybe that is actually a little bit of a bonus, as it were. I mean, I could make a collision mask or a collision block or something like that. And I don't even need to move it. I don't need to do anything with it. Let's take a look. It doesn't look like nothing right now. Let's go like this. Looks like I'm going to have to keep dragging it into this window. But there we go. So now we've got a penis-like outhouse and some ground and no real sky, but we are kind of where we should be. Anyways, I will keep making these videos. This has been ATrueNerd here. You guys have a good day or night, whatever it happens to be, and remember to keep on building or making. Good night.